last time on Dice Funk.
The Aether will be absorbed into the believers and constitute a new department for controlling gods who abuse their powers.
I'm just saying, if I were Lancelot, I'd be pretty upset if I found out that you went and gave up the whole thing.
Oh god, is this how he rides out his high for the first time thinking about his own fate?
Oh
He just dives into the water like, someone's drowning, I have to save them.
no! Bad trip!
How long was I out on the bone juice? Because did we roll into the river of people who hate me?
When do you plan on stopping eating the tree?
When we get to the Heartwood.
I'll push Gene down the hole.
Come on.
15!
Yeah!
Down the hole! Down the hole!
Down the hole! Down the hole! I have like a cup of tea.
Am I still high?
Well, I don't know about all that, but thank you for saving the abyss. Nobody else in the other planes cared about our fly problem.
Yeah, no worries. Could you help us find our daughter in the Astral Sea? That's kind of like fishing in a way, isn't it?
Her name...
Multiple disrespects.
I don't think her name is actually Jessica, but we killed her husband, and then we, caused a scene at his funeral, and they may or may not have said that I was his mistress, which I was not. I have standards, but...
Oh, her.
What actually is Chex Mix? I am English. I don't know what this is.
Chex is a type of cereal. It's like it comes in various varieties: wheat, whole grain, rice, etc. And so people
want some Chex
combine
now.
that in a bowl. Various types of Chex with things like pretzels, peanuts, and other snack mix things, and usually powdered ranch or some other flavor.
He got the cheesy one, so it's got the little cheesy crackers too.
See,
Yeah.
I was on board until you said that. I was like, oh, I'll take some. What's a nice cereal? I'll put some Frosties or something with some M&Ms. There we go. That sounds great.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what it is. It's like trail mix, except made with various forms of cereal and weird.
Again, I
snack
didn't
items.
know what trail mix was. You're teaching me a lot tonight.
Trail mix is just M&Ms with obstacles.
So last we left the adventure, the party descended back down into the abyss to defeat Jean the Demon Queen, who they incorrectly believed was the person who had the most desire for revenge against Cordelia. You did stop her from wreaking havoc down here because she was back, powered by the Conduit of Revenge, but she didn't have any key to Lime's location. So the party goes back and boards the, I guess we called it the USS Jerkin It.
Yeah. Jerking it. That's the best thing I've heard all day, honestly. It's not even that good.
And Blake Ferris pulls out the red coin Cicero gave him to find out where the person they're calling Jessica is.
Her name is Jessica.
I thought about giving her a real name, but I think it might be just funnier if anytime someone tries to tell you, you just go, yeah, Jessica, we know, and just don't ever let me say it.
Jessica. Jessica.
It's fine. We got a new ally person that likes what we did last episode.
Scarmiglione.
We made progress.
But to find out where the beetle wife is, she's a kind of Yugoloth called a Mesoloth for the record.
Called a dumb bitch.
She's a beetle wife.
Blake, you have the red coin out and you summon Cicero?
Yeah.
I feel like it's gotta work because he's deathly afraid of us, right?
He's also compelled by it. That's the thing.
Well, he gave it to you, so it's not like it's taking him by surprise.
And we can talk about that.
All right.
Let's argue for arguing's sake.
So Cicero appears. He's the gray kind of alien Yugoloth. And I think he's just sipping a big mug of cocoa. He's like,
I was busy. you could call first.
Yeah, looks like it. Looks like you were real busy. Listen, need a favor.
Are those silk pajamas?
Elf skin.
Can I have them? Give them to me or I will kill you.
Do you roll intimidation?
I'm just kidding.
Honey, this is not a... I should really have told you this before we came out. That's not a good way to get people to do what you want them to do. To threaten to kill them, to steal their clothes.
No, you missed it. We have a thing. It's fine.
Okay.
Right? We have a thing?
I would prefer if our thing was in writing.
Well, let's come to some sort of a conversation here. See, we need to find a, you remember those people that you had me kill for you? Well, it seems like one of them might, had some sort of personal stake or something in that. You know how this crap goes. We're looking for, what was her name?
Jessica.
Jessica. The wife of the...
Big Beetle.
The finance guy.
Ugly. Beetle-like. Real Beetle-y. Lots of carapace.
Beetle-esque. You would say on a scale of 1 to Beetle, a strong Beetle.
Oh, strong Ringo, definitely.
Ringo's like the best one, honestly.
Cicero says,
I don't know anybody named Jessica, but we do employ a number of Mezzoloths, so...
Okay, so there was a beetle, right? He had a wife, then we kill him, wife mad.
Yes, that does narrow it down. Thank you. So...
You're welcome.
You're looking for...
Jessica.
The widow.
Yeah, Jessica. Her name is Jessica.
Yeah, Jessica.
okay.
This is the best I felt all day. Drawing off.
Low bar.
So good. Oh.
As you're aware, Erdrick, there are 4 elements to a contract. What consideration are you bringing to the table?
I'll give you back this coin.
I can disenchant the coin. That is not leverage.
So then, and Blake just flips it, like, off somewhere. He just flips it to try and activate it again and make him move somewhere else. But for the short term, it's going to be really fucking annoying, isn't it?
I mean, he just cast Dispel Magic on the coin, and it is just a coin now.
All right. I'll just put that in my pocket. Thanks for the change.
Are you proud of yourself, Mr. Frint?
Yeah, I feel pretty good about it. How you sleeping lately?
Do you dream about this?
He just sips his cocoa and doesn't answer.
That's yes.
He doesn't have a mouth. How is he sipping cocoa?
He just pours it on his face.
Yeah.
He just dumps it on his face.
It's just dribbling down his fucking face.
Why did you give him a beverage? He doesn't have a mouth.
It's the Chex Mix. It's working its dark voodoo on me.
So I'll tell you what we can do, Cicero. You tell us where the beetle wife is, and you'll never see me again.
That sounds like an offer.
It certainly does.
Here is a counter offer. I will tell you what you want to know, and you will both leave me alone, and you will not induce any other parties to interfere with me, my business, my material interests.
And he just goes on and like does a bunch of legal speak to try to close as many loopholes as humanly possible.
Is this Austin saying, if you try and think of a loophole later, players, I will tell you it was included in the list?
Yeah, I mean, I can do this. I have the ability to actually do this. I think it'll be boring for the audience, but he's being a lawyer about this. He's being very specific.
Oh yeah, shit, you are a lawyer. Okay, yeah, you could.
Yeah, well, he
lawyer
would
us
be,
out, yeah.
And rightly so, because Blake's thinking now. I can still kill him if he doesn't see me.
That's true. It's very true.
Yeah, that's why he said you cannot interfere with his material interest. That includes his life.
We'll need to have an exemption for acts of God and unforeseen consequences, but I think we can come to some sort of an arrangement.
Yes, acts of gods. Yeah.
So if you're trying to sneak something here, I'm going to need you to...
No, he's not trying to sneak anything by. He just wants to make sure it's not going to come back on his ass if there's some sort of inadvertent problem.
Yeah, so there's like a knowing and intentional clause.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to get across here is, Blake, you can forswear any more intimidation or revenge upon Cicero. Basically, you can let him get away with everything in exchange for the location of Jessica. He's going to ride off to the sunset unharmed.
Yeah, no, that works.
Yeah, I think there's a different kind of campaign where you're, a more moral character. Like, no, this person cannot get away with their crimes. But Blake's like, whatever.
The crimes that I enabled him to commit? Yeah, no, this is fine.
And right now this works in Blake's benefit, so yeah, win-win.
But we will, there'll need to be a counter clause that this is a mutual non-interference.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Put me in there. Hey, put me in the contract, Blake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's both the parties involved, and there can't be any inducement to third parties, so you can't hire someone else to mess with him, or vice versa.
It's like fucking custody. Kids.
Yeah, you get Blake on the weekends. We're just gonna take him to Disney every week. It's not gonna be fair.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so that sounds like a fair deal.
All right, so with the coin disenchanted and the paperwork signed, I mean, we can do the dramatic thing. He pulls out a pen, he pricks your finger with it, and then you can sign in your own blood, and it'll be magically bound by his conduit. And then,
Can I just lick it?
excuse me?
I'm just gonna lick it with my snake tongue.
Is that how you want to sign contracts?
It is now.
But yeah, if that's what we're gonna do, the deal will be struck, the bargain will be enacted, and I think Cicero will, at the end of the scene, leave the story forever, having succeeded in everything he wanted and come out victorious.
Well, that's usually how it goes for the scumbag capitalist.
Yeah.
This isn't whatever season it was we did where we took down all of the capitalism people.
It's funny because I was just like, oh no, we're getting too political, but I was literally reading a D&D book earlier, and the way the campaign module started was the first paragraph was like, there's a refugee crisis and you're trying to get into a city and the guard is corrupt and beating up poor people. And I was like, damn, that's the first paragraph of this 300-page book. Calm down with the politics, D&D.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but it's different, Austin, when it's current, not the past politics. Ooh.
Yeah, stop putting politics into our games, huh?
But yeah, so it's signed, and Cicero tells you what you want to know, which is that the widow, who I'm not going to tell you her name now, she's just the widow from Cicero's perspective.
Jessica.
Has purchased the land upon which the marriage ceremony, I guess it's called a wedding. I don't know why I said marriage ceremony. Like, there isn't a word for that.
What the fuck, Austin?
I guess it was actually the reception you guys attacked. So it was like...
Yeah, we crashed the reception.
Yeah, so it's like a cool civic center or something.
Yeah, it's an event center.
She building a fucking memorial or something?
God, how lame. Ooh, I love my dead husband.
Yeah,
Seriously, get over it.
she bought the land and she has started some kind of project there and isn't letting people in, but she did leave a message for Cicero saying if he had any information about the murder of her husband to get back to her. So that's how he knows. So do you know where to find Jessica is the site of her husband's murder?
Wow, that should have been easier to figure out now that I think
Why
about it.
didn't we just do that to begin with? Yeah.
Yeah, scene of the crime.
Mm-hmm. We'll give you one more thing for this. Not only because you probably could have guessed that, but also just because I don't know how else you would get this information, which is that her conduit has changed. You don't know what it was before, but you assume it was like a civilian one. Like 99% of people have very boring ones. They're just like,
right.
I like pizza or whatever. It's fine. But
God, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. But after undergoing a traumatic event, she is now the conduit of despair.
Oh, God. Did you see that fucking fortune I tweeted the other day?
I don't remember what it was, but I did see it.
Okay. It said, don't despair. But if you do, continue on in despair. So this is a little too close. Oh my God. Dark forces.
Everyone's familiar with the modern formulation of the 7 deadly sins: pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, and sloth. But those aren't the original 7. I mean, first of all, the 7 deadly sins aren't in the Bible. They're just things that people came up with afterwards. And there have been different formulations of the 7. One of the ones that is left out of the modern lineup is despair.
Oh. Yeah, that's a terrible thing to call a sin.
Well, despair was kind of rolled into sloth. Most people think of sloth as just like laziness, but it's about like giving up on doing the right thing. And despair is a rejection of the fact that, you know, from a Christian perspective, God has made the world perfect. And so to despair is to turn your back on his creation, which is like one of the most unforgivable things you can do.
I almost responded to that by saying, Jesus Christ. I say that way too often.
So he makes the shitty world, but we're the ones for not loving it.
That is literally the thesis of the book of Job. Yes. And another sin that was, used to be part of some of the older lists was vainglory, I believe it is, which is like boasting. And that one was wrapped into pride, which is, I mean, originally pride is more like hubris, the way we're using it this season. But now people think of pride as just like boasting. So it's like gone full circle.
Well, it's just, the classics really never die is what it comes down to.
You know which one should die, though? It's Scarlet Letter. I hate it so much.
I mean, that's a work of fiction.
It's a classic.
Okay.
And I want it to die.
You're just really getting in there, huh?
I really hate it.
And Arthur Miller fucked. Like,
Isn't that the Crucible?
just saying. Oh, yeah, that's right.
I don't think Nathaniel Hawthorne fucked.
Oh, boy.
New podcast. Which authors fucked?
So with that, Cicero finishes pouring his hot cocoa on his mouthless face, tips a non-existent hat, and teleports out of the season.
Does he get how hot is the hot cocoa? Does he get 3rd-degree burns?
It's scalding.
I feel really bad that you've crafted this intricate character, and all I can think of is you just dragging him to the recycle bin and
You're
dropping him.
Bye.
I have to go. My planet needs me.
Wow.
With that, the party is, traveling down the rivers of the underworld to Gehenna, which is the neutral evil plane where Jessica is. I'm not gonna get used to saying that.
Jessica.
I can't believe you've done this.
You can't?
Do you guys want to talk to Scar before you get there?
Hey, tell me about your hopes and dreams and aspirations.
Well, I'm pretty hungry.
Do I have any snacks?
Do you know a good place to stop? I mean, we could, is there an exit?
Can we go to Cracker Barrel? I like the little peg game.
The rivers are my Cracker Barrel.
That doesn't make any sense. The river is wet, crackers are dry.
I thought Cracker Barrel was its own, level in the abyss. Isn't it?
Yes, they lure you in with their stuffed animals and fancy old-timey candy.
Every time you walk into a Cracker Barrel, it's like entering the 43rd layer of hell.
God, but I love their fucking chicken and dumplings, man.
Yeah, well, hold on. Do you have a hot take, Conrad? What's wrong with Cracker Barrel?
Aren't they owned by a shithead?
Probably, but no, it's just disgusting.
Their fried chicken is real good, though.
I have an amusing story about Cracker Barrel.
Tell me it, Chris. I need it.
My brother briefly worked there as a server.
Oh, boy.
And our family is particularly clumsy, and we've never really worked in the service industry. My brother was bringing over the tray of waters and spilled a cup of ice-cold water on an old woman.
Oh, no.
And he's like, oh, my gosh, I'm so sorry. Comes back with the next plate and just spills another glass of water on the exact same old woman.
Hell yeah. Oh, man, That's hardcore.
One second, not to be English and not know what American things are. Isn't Cracker Barrel like a place where you buy furniture?
Yes,
That's
technically.
great, Barrel.
They do sell rocking
But
chairs.
you also...
They do sell rocking chairs.
Well, they have a gift shop, so while you're waiting for your table, you can gift shop around and sit on tables.
Have you ever had to wait for a table at a Cracker Barrel?
No, but I believe that's the idea? Question mark? I've never been to a Cracker Barrel that's either not been under the influence of something or at like 6 a.m. where my faculties have just stopped. So I don't really know. I'm just guessing.
They exist off the highways and byways of this great nation for desperate travelers who need waffles covered in incredibly over-syruped apples. And
You get you go for the chicken and dumplings.
What?
And the old-timey candies.
What is this place?
They actually sponsored an AEW pay-per-view, so they actually had a Cracker Barrel brawl. Was a specific kind of match where you got to hit people with barrels.
That's amazing. I would watch that.
So you're all talking to Scar about the merits of Cracker Barrel, and they're just nodding along, not really absorbing any of it. Do you guys want to roll to fish with Scar?
yeah, let's go fishing.
Can I hook my tail over the boat and just like go head first?
Can I have advantage if Gustav helps? Because birds get fish out of the water, right?
Yep, only one of you can get advantage. So between the two of you, pick who gets to use Gustav.
I got an 11.
I got a 15 to fish.
I got an 8.
Oh, I crit. I guess hanging over the boat and just sticking my mouth in the water worked.
Yeah, I mean, Cordelia and Lynette are the only ones who succeeded. That's half the party, so the party succeeds, but it is specifically the girlfriends who do it. So weave me a tail.
Oh no, see, I was thinking I use my tail to hold on to the edge of the boat, and then I just swallow a lot of water until there's fish in there.
Lynette's with one hand trying to like make sure you don't drown, and with the other hand directing Gustav at fish.
Hold on. What's the status of the jerky net?
Gross.
Is it still there? Can I use it as a fish net to catch fish?
The jerky net has gone beyond my control. It is a...
Yes, I'm going to use it like a net. I will catch a little load of fishies.
Yeah,
Because they wanted that sweet, sweet jerky net.
that fishy jerky net.
So Jean was not the correct answer to Pope's scavenger hunt, but you haven't come away empty-handed because fishing with Scar and then succeeding on that fishing roll means that you all get to have a nice fish fry here and take a long rest.
Oh,
Praise
Yay.
Jeebus.
thank the heavens.
The jerky net brings us through again.
So that's mostly a good thing for Blake, who gets his spell slots back. Everyone gets health, which is good, but Blake's the one who needs the slots.
Yeah. Blake had one level 6 slot left.
So you're all sitting around eating these delicious fish that Cordelia
It's
and Lynette.
just a little bit like human jerky.
Please, I'm having a hard time keeping the checks down. I can't think about human jerky.
I mean, Lynette is totally snapping a bit of the human jerky off to have
I'm
with
so
it.
sorry. I forgot you ate 2 bags of Chex Mix. These were the big bags too, weren't they?
Shh.
They were. I know those are the ones that are on sale.
Shh. Don't tell the audience how I
They already
live.
know. They heard about your 64 ounces of mac and cheese. Was that like a year ago? Nobody knows.
Oh, okay.
It's the mac and cheese all over again.
So Scar says to King, hey there, buddy.
That was very goofy.
It's me, Scormiglion.
Hi, Scar.
I notice your fin is missing.
My what?
Scar points to your hand. Baylors are not renowned for their knowledge of, for the understanding what you're supposed to look like. Sorry.
That's so wholesome.
Oh, yeah, it's gone.
Well, good thing you're an elf, so it'll grow back.
I don't think I'm an elf.
Well, yeah, elves have the tails, and humans can regrow their heads.
Huh, really?
No.
King's going to look towards Blake.
No.
Really?
No.
How fast does it grow back?
Show us, Erdrick.
It does not grow back.
How do you know if you haven't tried?
Blake takes his hat off.
Oh, yeah, I guess it doesn't grow back.
It does not grow back.
Don't you need both your flippers for the whole cooking thing?
Well, I mean, it's a little harder to, like, hold some of the stuff sometimes, but I can figure it out.
Well, that's good. I'm rooting for you, buddy.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You told me last time when we went fishing in the Shadows Sea that you were going to stop killing people. But you're still killing people.
Well, I'm trying not to. All the things that we fought recently haven't really been people. They've sort of just been like bodies that have been animated again or like made to walk and stuff. So I don't really know if that's killing things. Like, if you break a broom, are you killing it?
It's in his defense, he's doing a lot of self-defense killing and a lot of "you stole my kid, I need to go on an action movie adventure to save my kid" killing. Like, I don't think that's the same thing as, you know, other killing. He's doing like the least bad kind right now.
He's trying.
I mean, no shade. I killed a lot of people to end up here with my own boat. I was just curious how your journey was going.
It's hard. A lot of people want you to fight them. It seems like that's the only way people know how to settle problems.
He's trending towards not killing. He's heading in that, general direction.
Which is weird, because all the shows I'd watch with Lime say that you should share to solve your problems, and it feels like if it's good to tell a kid, why can't adults do it?
Unfortunately, not enough adults watch those shows.
Well, I don't know about that, but it seems like a lesson people would teach if they weren't as strong as you and me.
I don't know, those puppets didn't look very strong and they were talking about it.
I think he's saying that it's a lesson in.
I could beat the shit out of Elmo.
Let's throw some hands, Elmo.
See, you say you could beat the shit out of Elmo. I saw a video once, and I love this video, where someone with an Elmo puppet breaks into an apartment with Elmo holding a knife, and I can't not think of that. If Elmo had a knife, you might have trouble.
I don't know if I'd want to start anything with someone who gets fisted professionally. That seems like someone with a very high pain tolerance.
Austin, come on. You're better than this. What has the Chex Mix done to you?
I do like, however, the expression "fisted professionally."
That's a good Twitter bio if anyone's looking for one.
No, I'm good.
Well, the nice thing about that phrasing, "fisted professionally," means you could have at one time professionally performed the act of fisting, or you could have once visited a professional for the purpose of being fisted. It goes both ways.
Conrad, you're so happy about this.
I'm really happy about it.
You're like, yeah.
I do like this because I was trying to have Scar bring up that downtime where him and King talked about killing people and then quitting to achieve their dreams of opening a restaurant and going fishing, respectively. But the scene just ends with King going, "I could kick Elmo's ass," and then we cut just before we reach any emotional catharsis.
What's wrong with us?
I mean, we're all extremely fucking
Damaged?
Yeah, I was trying to think of a nice word for brain demons. But
Goblins. Brain goblins.
But I specifically wanted to juxtapose the Furies eating fish and regaining all their health, and then smash cut into Nifyx, who has not taken a long rest, and who had her throat slashed, she was shot in the chest, and then she was bitten on the arms and face by zombies.
She had a bad day.
So you were absolutely covered in blood. You look like the guy from the first act of Hellraiser.
Yeah.
And you're standing there on the Hermes, and Sharon's like, "Honey, I don't want to trouble you none, but the ship is listing something fierce. Can you dispel those anchors?"
Oh, yeah. Nifyx hand waves them away.
Sharon's a little concerned about that, but more concerned about you, and she goes and gets like some bar towels to try to help clean you up.
How? Oh, I know we've barely even started this whole road trip. Oh, how many times as we do this trip are we gonna get beaten to hell?
Well, I ain't gonna sugarcoat it, hun. The Romani are gonna chase me to the ends of the earth. The authorities are gonna chase you through all the planes. And now, whatever that was, doesn't give any indication that that's ending anytime soon.
Yeah. Oh, is there anywhere we can... I don't know, anywhere we can just, like, catch our breath for a bit? I don't know, where are we even heading right now? Do we have anywhere in mind?
Well, I asked you where you wanted to go, and you wanted to see the last underworld river you hadn't visited yet. So we don't really have a final destination.
Yeah. It's Chill River when I'm not being, murderized.
Yeah, I'm afraid that's going to be the rhythm of the thing.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Long, peaceful days to ourselves in between vicious bursts of violence until they get us.
I mean, it's not the worst thing. I mean, the job I was doing before was getting me beat up. At least this way I get some downtime in between, I guess.
She finishes cleaning you off and like sterilizing your wounds with liquor, which probably stings like a bastard. But
yeah,
you're healed up. You have not long rested though, and
okay, that's fair.
And yeah, Sharon finishes cleaning you up and says, "So, I think it's too late to turn back though. So this
God,
is it."
Yeah, I'm not saying we turn back. It's just, it's just working out where we go from here, because it all just feels very... I don't want to plan too far ahead with anywhere.
I'm not sure there's any planning we could really do in this universe. Not when there's so many powerful magics out there.
Unless we can, eventually think of somewhere to chill out and not get bothered. This is going to be it for a bit.
Well, there's nowhere in this universe we can run.
I guess there's nothing saying we have to stay here. I mean, we could probably go places other people can't.
Unless we kill all the real money and all the people who would try to collect your bounty and whatever those things were.
I mean, we can try, but that doesn't seem... I don't know how reasonable that one seems, but, as long as we make a big point as we go out, we'll know where this ends when we think of it, I'm sure.
If it's gonna be a chase, we might as well make it a spectacular chase.
Yeah. I think Nifyx leaves it there and starts scheming about creative ways her powers might be used to get through the world beyond the limits of what everyone else might be able to do.
So the USS jerking it.
Yep. Love to jerk it.
That's what I hear.
That's what Oh, shut up.
Arrives in Gehenna, more likely to like a portal, and then you can get out at like the portal docks equivalent, because Gehenna is only habitable area is the Crawling City, which we've discussed before is actually a big city with legs, which goes up the side of this volcano. So
Seems like a bad idea. I don't know who designed this, but maybe don't put your city on a thing that walks into a volcano.
yeah, I mean, I think it was more that all the land was volcano, so they built a city, not that they're like, man, where are we going to put this leggy city?
Let's go to the volcano.
So the team makes it to Gehenna, and as you disembark the USS Jerkin it, Scarmiglione says, well, good luck, y'all. I probably shouldn't hang around here because of all the blood war animosity, but if y'all need anything, you got my Tupperware.
Thanks for all your help, Scarmiglione. Safe boating, I guess.
Don't get scurvy. Make sure you eat some lime. Oh.
Oh.
Some real bastard shit.
I'm terrible. Lemons, or maybe some tangerines or tangelos, which is a real fruit.
So why don't we roll?
No.
Huh?
No. How about we just do good without rolling?
Okay, so you guys want to approach the
We win! Yay!
you want to approach the convention center without making any kind of rolls?
What kind of roll do you want us to do, Austin?
God, rolls.
No, Lauren doesn't want to do rolls.
I'll do one.
I'll do some rolls.
Being a butt.
Perception is what I was gonna say.
Can I get advantage because I've been here before?
I'm gonna karate chop you in half.
At this point, I just ask you because I know it's gonna make you mad.
Oh, I botched.
Oh no, my girlfriend is so dumb.
I shouldn't have rolled. I should have taken Lauren's advice.
Take information away now. The Tupperware has been lost to time.
Yeah.
I mean, I botched. He can take information away from me.
So as you approach the area where this convention center used to be, where the reception was held, you immediately know something's wrong. There is a giant black, what seems to be like a mist. It's an obscuring, some kind of fog of darkness over this area. You can't see the building, what used to be here. You can't see, like, basically the entire plot of land is obscured as you approach, and the party failed their perception check, so I can't even give you really much about what you don't see, which is an interesting thing. So you don't see, and you can't even see what you don't see, if that makes any sense.
What if I do the flicky tongue thing that snakes do?
So what's interesting here about this blackness is that even if you have dark vision, you can't see through it. There is a spell that can see through magical darkness. It's Truesight, I think it's called, but I don't think any of you have it.
No.
I do.
Oh.
Yeah, King, very well known for his spells.
Hold on, let me look at my spell sheet. Yep, there it is. True Sight. It's certainly at the level it's supposed to be.
Oh, I'm so gullible.
I cast it so I can see.
It doesn't have to be like this, Chris.
It had to be like what?
So you were all standing.
Let me have my True Sight.
You were all standing.
If we just had something to like clear this smoke, like a big fan or something.
Like a big fan.
We could use a vacuum cleaner and suck up all the dark.
Oh, is that what you do?
Like the Spider-Man Broadway play, Suck Up the Dark.
Oh, God.
And all those people fell and got hurt.
I'm going to use the Metatron fan to try and get rid of the darkness.
Cordelia, you try and nothing happens, which I'm going to say is a very good clue to you that this is conduit, not magic.
I'm very smart, so I know this without the DM telling me, but this means that it's conduit, not the magic.
Well, then we're probably at the right place.
But I don't like it. It's dark.
How does locate creature work? Do I know enough about this creature to try and locate them in the dark?
Every time with the fucking locate.
I always ask about locate creature. I don't fucking remember how that spell works. Why doesn't it work?
This spell is the bane of my existence.
There's a creature. I want to locate it.
Describe or name a creature that is familiar to you. You sense the direction to the creature's location as long as that creature is within 1,000 feet of you.
Well, technically, Cordelia is familiar. She could do it.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it because I've seen her ugly beetle face.
You sense the direction to the creature's location is what the spell says. So the direction is in front of you.
My spell says that way.
So, question team. Do we just walk in there in the dark, not being able to see, but using this spell as a compass? Because, I mean, that is an option.
What's the other option? We sit here and overthink it, and then nothing gets done, and then there's a child inside, and
R.I.P. The party starved to death standing outside the boss room.
we all got scurvy. There was no limes.
So, we know which direction that thing is in. We could just run in there in the dark and try hitting around where we know that it is.
Yeah, King doesn't want to kill anybody. I don't, I'm not getting paid. We're just, doing this to save his daughter.
I feel like if I kill her, it gives her the satisfaction that I'm acknowledging her, and I just don't want to do that.
Oh, well, if that's your problem, Blake's going to cast Seeming. And he's going to make Cordelia look like so you're normally a flapper type thing, yeah?
Yeah, I'm a snake. Turn me into something with legs.
I can't give you legs. Sorry.
Damn it!
It's outside of the. I have to have the same general arrangement of limbs.
Nifyx could have given you legs.
Damn, wrong team.
Now I could make you like kind of like the caterpillar from
Bug's Life, who is German and happy.
I was thinking Alice in Wonderland with the hookah.
I
but...
guess that one's fun. Yeah, that's pretty
Oh,
cool
I wanted to be the happy chubby
Oh,
one.
no. Okay, yeah. So he's gonna put her in some bondage garb.
Why?
Oh, she'll never expect it.
Okay.
It's so she's wearing like a tight vinyl.
I'm just a tube in
tight
fucking
vinyl tube.
latex. Am I just a tube of latex?
Can we zoom out for a second here? Think about it from my perspective, all right? I say, here's a thing. What do you want to do? And then you spend 8 minutes talking about whether or not you should engage with the content, and then you decide to start putting on S&M fetish gear. You realize how that looks, right?
Hello. Can I call out to the darkness?
This was not my idea. You can't believe.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Nothing's actually changed about you. It's just an illusion that makes you not look like the person that you look like.
I was just kind of saying to the darkness, like, hello, is someone there? Do you know where my daughter is?
King, you start calling out to the darkness, and you don't get a response. And I think Locate Creature is a concentration spell, right? I ask knowing no one's ever read what Locate Creature says.
It locates a creature, Austin.
Do I get advantage because I'm wearing sunglasses?
I only know one spell, and it's Truesight. I know everything about it, but other spells I know zero things about.
The episode description for this is just going to be King tries to use Truesight and nothing else. Fuck you.
Locate Creature is a concentration spell, up to an hour.
Yeah, I want to add to what I said before about Cordelia sensing. I think as King calls out to it, you get the sense that this entire black cloud is Jessica.
Yikes.
Oh.
Can I suck her up with a straw?
Cordelia is in a S&M fetish gear outfit, pulls out a straw, and starts trying to drink the darkness.
Did you ever think you'd say that sentence in your
That
life?
sounds like a really good metal album.
Like when you were born, and you like if you could have predicted everything you would have done in your life, did you ever think that was a sentence you would utter in your life, that those words would ever come together at some point?
I'm amused by the idea of a plastic tube with a plastic tube in its mouth.
It's tubes all the way down.
Can the straw also have bondage gear on?
It's got buckles.
It's got a little gimp mask.
Yeah. You had to unzip it to suck anything in.
No, Shibari.
It's got a little one end has a zipper, the other one has a ball gag, and you pop that out, and then you can start enjoying your beverage.
Oh my god, can you use like a spitball? I'm gonna try and spitball just to go with the straw.
King, so while Cordelia's doing out with a straw, you hear a voice behind you, a little bit of a distance away, and you hear someone say, "Hey, hey."
Hello, who is it? Is it my daughter?
No, over here.
Who is it?
You turn around and you don't see the source of the voice, but I think what used to be the parking lot, there's like an abandoned car nearby. Or this is D&D world. They're called.
Oh, this is the end of the fog, isn't it? I had to kill all my family, and then I realized the military was the ones who were actually coming.
No, that's the mist. The fog is
Whatever.
a different thing.
It's the same fucking thing.
They're not.
What's the fog then?
The fog is a John Carpenter, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
I don't. I see. The only thing I know is about Truesight. I don't actually know movies, so it's just one of those like holes in my
Really,
pop
you knew
culture.
a lot about the mule last week, Chris.
I've forgotten everything about it, but I remember Truesight.
I was gonna say in D&D there are like these things. I think they're called like infernal engines or something, or that may be the name of the book series with the giant cities that eat hellfire engines is what they're called, which are like basically devil cars. So, I think
Oh, like Christine, the movie about the killer car from Stephen King.
It's very silly.
the car Christine from Christine looks exactly like something Joe Biden would have been driving at the time.
Yeah, that's Joe Biden.
Yeah, Hellfire Engine. I put a picture in the chat. This is meaningless. It doesn't matter. But this is what cars.
Oh yeah, why are you doing this?
This is what cars look like in hell. In case you're curious.
So wait,
wow.
so the spookiest ass car is all I see behind me.
That is ridiculous. That is the most on the nose fucking design I've ever seen in my life. It looks like some fucking Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom bullshit.
This is Halloween. So yeah, this is broken down Hellfire engines in the parking lot, and the voices from behind it.
I mean, like the worst horror movie ever. I guess I'll go towards it. Although every instinct in my body should say, let's not go near the car with 3 screaming faces on the front of it.
Man, if only you'd cast Truesight, you'd know.
Right? God, I wish I had a 6th level spell slot right now.
Well, Cordelia, while you're trying to eat the cloud, King takes a couple of, King walks a couple feet away to this car and looks behind it, and he sees a small slod.
Do I see it?
You're trying to eat the darkness.
I can look and eat at the same time.
I can multitask.
I watch shows while eating all the time.
King, this slot is gray, and it's much shorter than anyone you've seen before. It comes up to like maybe your tummy, and its main defining features are, oh my god, the Chex Mix is coming.
Really?
I'm feeling very ill. It has like dorsal spines across its like from the top of its head down its back, and it has like flying squirrel membranes. I don't know. I'm sure you're aware. Flying squirrels can't actually fly; they just glide on the skin flaps, and it kind of has that going on.
Like Gizmo, my mom's sugar glider, who is very cute.
Like Gizmo, your mom's sugar glider, which is very cute. The audience is aware.
They know.
They know. So this little gray slod is what was calling out to you, King. And as you walk over and like look around the Hellfire engine, and you see it crouch there, and it says, "Hey, you're the guy."
King's going to like squat down so he's at eye level with the slot and say, "Hey, what's up, buddy? You okay?"
Yeah, I guess. I don't really know about anything anymore.
Well, what's your name?
I don't know yet. I haven't picked one.
Are you one of the Babel slod?
I am. I guess. I don't know. Whoa, so many questions so fast.
I would like to roll insight on this slot. Crit. Crit.
Yeah,
crit.
he's
crit. Austin, I cast True Sight. I crit.
Oh no! King cast his first spell. All bets are off.
Wee!
His third eye opens. Everyone else is fucking dead. Yeah, this with a crit. You know, this slot is genuinely very confused and frightened and nervous and going through an identity crisis because they used to be one brain cell of a person who was murdered, and now they're kind of trying to be their own person, which is not something you can really empathize with.
Yeah. Well, King
I
is
only have
going
one brain
to
cell.
gently, try to touch on the shoulder, just in a very soothing way, be like, "It's okay, buddy."
The gray slot kind of shrinks like a nervous dog as your hand comes towards it.
Oh.
Hey, it's okay. Are you okay?
Physically, I regenerate from injuries. I fell and I skinned my knee earlier, but it's better now.
Do you need something to make the knee better? I think I have some band-aids.
No, it grew back like a human's head.
Oh,
Why is this your new joke?
that's pretty cool.
I don't know. Because no,
The Chex Mix compels you.
nobody in the multiverse knows how human biology works.
Well, why are you all the way out here?
Oh, I got in a fight with Pope, and I left.
With Pope? Are you working with Pope?
I mean, working is a weird word. We were the same person, so it's not really an employer situation. Do you employ your arms and legs?
No, one of them's gone.
Oh, yeah, that'll grow back. We talked about this.
I don't think they do. If it does, it's taking a while.
Yeah, sorry, I don't really know anything about your body.
Me neither.
It's a confusing time for you.
Yeah.
Is this puberty?
Well, if you're having issues with figuring out who you are, I think I know somebody who can help you.
Who's that?
My brother Lloyd. He just became the conduit of identities, so he can help people kind of discover who they are.
Oh, do you have his address?
Yeah. I'll write it down. It's gonna take a second because the hand that's gone was the writing hand.
So you give this gray slaw directions to the Great Foundry where you can find Lloyd.
Mm-hmm.
I think you probably just write Great Foundry on a piece of paper, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you could have just said that." It's a pretty famous place.
Yeah, but the word's so big it takes a while to say them both.
Oh, fair enough, I guess. I don't really know many things or stuff, but
Me either.
yeah. Anyway, I guess I came here to see to warn you about I don't know oh gosh, there's so much pressure to answer the questions. Do you have any
Hey, don't worry about it. Don't put undue pressure on yourself, you know? Try a breathing exercise with me, okay? You go in and you breathe in. And then out, like that.
I mean, at this point, I think the rest of the Furies have walked over to see what King's doing, crouched behind a demonic car.
Why are you screaming at the screaming car?
You okay back there, buddy?
I'm teaching breathing exercises.
Do we see the tiny baby slot?
It's not a baby. It's just Gray Slod.
It's tiny.
Gray Slotty are just the smallest kind.
Oh, look at this little guy.
Oh.
Hello.
The Gray Slod tries to hide behind King.
Are you Jessica?
Yeah,
You
we're
don't look like Jessica.
looking for Jessica. You seen her?
We're looking for Jessica.
No, she's in there.
In where?
The darkness.
Just so we're clear, I'm not down for being impregnated, okay? No consent.
Yeah. Don't do that to me either, or her, or our son, Gustav.
Yeah, I'm not ready to be a parent. I have one brain cell.
Oh, me too, buddy.
I mean, not that stops most parents.
Yeah, I guess.
Boom, roasted.
That's fine. if you take your one brain cell and fold it in half, you can rub it against itself, and that's almost like having two brain cells to rub together. So that's fine.
You can have a little brain cell as a treat.
No. So you guys have spent 40 minutes staring at that darkness? So
Yeah, do you want to tell us what we should do? Because we obviously haven't figured it out. I'm just trying to eat it.
yeah, that's not great. But
I mean, it worked in that maze. I got poofed into a maze, and then I licked the walls. Excuse me.
Hey, so do we just walk in?
I didn't get to finish talking about licking the walls. It's revolutionary.
Okay, lick the walls, dear. It is revolutionary.
It got
dear.
me out, I swear.
I don't know about her that much. I just know that Pope gave her something. I guess it's like
yeah,
the key,
child.
like the key, no, not the child.
Well, that's good.
The thing that leads us to the next thing that leads us to the child.
Yeah, like the key thing.
I think maybe Pope has too much time on his hands. Maybe someone gives that guy a job.
It's really hard being us.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could believe that. I think it's just kind of hard being anyone.
And, one brain cell.
We literally were cursed to like be chaotic. It's like everything is constantly spinning on fire.
And you literally stuck a baby in my back.
You did. One of your other yous did. You can't just go sticking babies in people's backs. It's not right.
And I don't want to, be all like, oh, you're all the same, but you were literally all the same.
Blake, come on.
I mean, the Grace Law does not remember you, Blake. So this is actually
Screwing with him?
yeah, this is one of those times that like he's not actually feigning ignorance. He doesn't know what you're talking about.
So what do you know about Jessica?
You keep asking me, and I keep telling you I don't know her.
Well, I keep asking because I'm hoping that maybe you'll remember something. I don't know.
I just came here because I know that's where Pope brought the key, and I just thought you would show up eventually, and I just wanted to tell you that your daughter is safe.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, well, then we don't have to bother with this.
Well, I mean, she's still captured. She's just physically safe.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I'm still worried, but it's a little less now, so thank you.
What is this key?
What is... Oh, he doesn't... They don't know, remember? We're going to explode their brain. It's only one cell.
It was like a C with a handle.
A ladle?
So, team, the person and the key both are in the darkness. Should we just go in there?
Jessica, you punk ass bitch!
Cordelia just shouts that over her shoulder.
Let's go!
The Gray Slot says, all right, well, I'm going to go to the foundry to see your brother. It was nice meeting you, I guess.
Try not to get anyone pregnant on the way there.
Yeah, that's true. Don't have any babies. You're too small to have babies.
It's our culture. Don't be insensitive.
Babies having babies.
Also, we tried to change our bodies back to a form that didn't have to do that, and you didn't let us. So do you want to fucking open that can of worms again, or do you want me to...
Oh my god, nobody, go away. Go get adopted
Oh,
by
yes,
that
the
guy.
big, more powerful, more destructive form. Sure, right. Way
For
better.
real.
Sexier? Slimmer?
Get out of here!
Okay, bye.
Go get adopted!
Go get adopted.
Go live out your childhood happily.
That's the new talk to the hand. Go get adopted.
Go find a home and you'll be happy.
Oh, yeah? Well, why don't you go get support that you need? How about that?
Make some friends, you bitch.
Do you ever think about maybe going to a nurturing environment? We've reinvented smack talk, Lauren.
We're so good.
Okay, so if someone doesn't walk into this darkness, I'm going to rip my dick off on microphone.
I'm walking in. Why would you?
So, Lynette walks into the darkness.
I think it's because you ate 2 bags of Chex Mix, dog.
Yeah. Lynette, you're the first one who plunges into the darkness, and it's bitterly cold. It's like, just jumping headfirst into a frigid swimming pool, like near freezing. You're submerged in it. And it has a weight to it that maybe you weren't expecting. And you're instantly cut off from the sounds of the city. The crawling city had, just like nightlife sounds. And just instantly muted.
Do I see anything in here, or is it still pitch black?
It's all pitch black. The darkest magical black, the Vanta black.
Oh,
Phantom
yeah,
Black, yeah.
Now that I'm in here and can't hear what was out there, Lynette's just gonna go, hello?
For everybody outside, you see Lynette walk into the darkness, and you don't hear anything. Out of character, Laura just said Lynette says hello, but outside, none of you hear that.
Right. Is anyone joining me in the darkness cloud?
Yeah, I'm running and screaming. Well, I'm slithering and screaming, probably very squeakily because of all the latex.
Oh yeah, shit, I forgot you were fucking gimped.
It's not real latex, but I want it to squeak anyway.
Oh yeah, seeming is just an illusion. You're not actually latexed up.
But the illusion would include the sounds, right? Then what kind of illusion is it?
It's a very confusing one for me, personally and sexually.
Okay, do I hear Cordelia come in?
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
So that's an interesting thing. You don't. Lynette, as far as
Okay.
you know, no one else followed you. And
Okay.
Cordelia, you plunge into the darkness and you don't see Lynette.
Oh, turn around.
You turn around and there's darkness in front of you.
Okay, I'm just gonna start licking. It's the maze all over
So
again.
we can't just back away and suddenly we're outside again.
No. If Cordelia plunges in, turns around, and tries to walk back out, she just keeps walking forward for as long as she'll continue forward, and it's just blackness.
I'm just gonna lay down and start licking the air.
Well, I mean, here's a question. Cordelia, can you still sense the direction of? Is Beetle Wife in here somewhere, or is she all around?
Exactly, the latter. Locate creature lasts an hour. You can sense the direction of the creature. It's every direction: above, below, left, right, in front, behind, all around you.
Oh, so now it is I who am getting bored.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, this darkness is the conduit of despair. Jessica's conduit, and it's enveloping you, and it is an extension of her.
Lynette's just gonna think about all of the things that are the opposite of despair. Like, think of all her favorite things.
Like?
I don't know. Cool people who did murders in the past. Cordelia, obviously.
Gustav.
Oh, Gustav.
Lynette, you start thinking about some of your favorite things. What musical is that from?
The Sound of Music.
Yeah. She likes just the whiskers of kittens, by the way.
No.
Yeah, whiskers on kittens. The rest of the kitten, fuck that cat.
Fuck it.
What's
Yeah.
wrong with you two?
But the problem is that once you take the whiskers off the kittens, doesn't like him anymore. So you got to keep the whole fucking kitten
Yeah.
for the whiskers. It's really unfortunate.
It's a fucking scam. Big kitten's got to be stopped.
What is today?
I'm gonna eat another bag of Chex Mix.
You're gonna die.
Lynette, as you're reminiscing about your favorite things, something comes out of the darkness, lumbering towards you. It is a zombie of a person you do not recognize because you were not present for their death. It is a Nikoloth, a kind of Yugoloth that looks kind of like a reptilian gargoyle. A big, hefty humanoid, big bat wings, big horns. The main thing you notice about this zombie is that it's surrounded by locusts.
When you say zombie, are we talking like Slard zombie again?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, this Nikoloth is almost entirely purple because the way it died was Morrow threw a black hole nut, which crushed him
Black
into.
hole nut.
Won't you
Won't you
come
come?
and wash away the nut? It's sticky. Okay. The zombie is like almost entirely purple because it was crushed into atoms. But the main thing about this Nikoloth is it's surrounded by a swarm of locusts, which is distressing.
Yeah, Lynette's gonna throw a sacred flame at that whole situation.
10 is gonna fail.
20 damage.
Yeah, so you light this Nikoloth on fire, and it's surrounded by insects, so it actually goes up pretty well. Some of the flaming locusts leap at you. Dexterity saving throw.
12.
That's a failure. You take 19 damage as they begin eating your skin.
That's less than ideal.
Cordelia, you don't hear anything. You're just surrounded in this deep, cold darkness. And you said you laid down on the ground and started licking it?
I started licking the air.
Okay, you're tasting the air with your little tongue, and eventually you taste death and decay as a zombie stumbles out of the darkness towards you.
Oh, hello.
It is a
Beetle.
beetle, an anthropomorphic beetle man, a mesoloth, hard carapace, 4 arms, stumbling towards you. So what it looks like is it's covered in purple lines, like it was shattered.
Cracked. Oh, I wonder how that happened. My bad.
And this mesoloth is wielding a purple cake knife as it stumbles towards you. What do you do?
I'm gonna cone of cold.
10, it fails.
41 damage.
That's very high damage, but it actually doesn't seem particularly vulnerable to cold.
Damn.
As a zombie who is not sensitive to the elements.
But wouldn't it make it harder for it to move because skin and science?
17, 15, and 13 as it stabs you with the cake knife.
Okay, so is that the 15 and the 17 hit?
21 as it buries the knife in your chest.
I don't like it.
Blake and King, you say goodbyes to the gray slod, and the girlfriends plunge into the darkness. You don't hear them say anything or do anything inside there.
It is unsettlingly quiet, and that's usually not good because, like, when the two of them together and it gets quiet, you know they're fucking, right?
Is that what happens when they're alone?
And quiet, yeah.
Well, I mean, we've got the privacy of infinite darkness.
Is this why I keep seeing socks on all the doorknobs?
Right, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like anytime the two of them wind up in a room and you don't hear talking because, I mean, it's just nonstop, am I right?
Can I just make it canon that when they fuck, Lynette puts Gustav on the door to shout at people who try to come in?
Oh, he's like a little guard.
He's a little doorman to make sure no one interrupts the fucking.
He gets a hat.
Oh
he
my
gets
God.
a hat like the capybara.
I'm just saying maybe we should give them some privacy. I'm thinking I'm going to walk the perimeter here.
Okay, I'm gonna keep trying to use Truesight.
So the boys literally leave them inside the darkness?
Wow.
Thanks.
I mean, I don't know what I expected.
I'm rolling with Conrad's hit.
Okay.
No,
Yep.
Blake's going to try and meander in. Come on, King.
I know we should have gotten walkie-talkies for this assignment.
So King and Blake rush in together, but as soon as you touch the darkness, you lose.
Blake, let's hold hands that way we can't get separated.
Even if you're holding hands, as soon as you touch it,
What?
you find yourself
What?
alone.
But the power of friendship, Austin.
In my Truesight.
To commit the sin of despair is to be alone. And so as soon as you touch the darkness, you are alone. Lynette, you're being eaten by locusts. What do you do?
I'm gonna throw a bunch of fire at those locusts. How dexterous do them locusts be?
7, not very.
20 damage to them locusts.
Yeah, I mean, it does damage the locust, but they just more and more keep spawning off this guy's body. He seems like an endless well of locusts. You don't seem to be making any progress.
Okay, well, Lynette's gonna keep thinking happy thoughts about how great it is when she puts Gustav on the door to protect so she can fuck. And hope that happy thoughts will fix this.
Cordelia, the beetle groom, stabs you with a knife. What do you do?
I'm gonna sacred flame his face.
70 fails.
14.
Yep, you set him on fire, but it does not seem to bother him as a zombie.
No, now he stabbed me and he's on fire. Why do I do these things?
King and Blake, you stumble around in the darkness for a while until you are both greeted by zombies. Blake, It is, of course, the Yagnoloth.
Mm-hmm.
The one giant arm, one little arm guy that you roasted for having
The dick loin, the book dick?
Yeah, book dick.
Book dick.
the book loincloth.
Why is that book so small?
Most of this guy's body is actually totally intact, except for a purple ring around his throat where you choked him with your vine whip. He just eventually asphyxiated in the coffin. But his body was almost completely preserved before being revived. And this lumbering, off-balance zombie comes towards you with its giant arm outstretched. What do you do?
Moonbeam.
All right, so you set up a moonbeam. I have to roll on my turn. Dex save.
Yeah.
18.
That is gonna pass. So he's gonna take half damage. So 10 damage.
All right, it's not very much. The beam comes down out of the sky and hits the zombie, and it stumbles a little bit to the side, but does not seem overly concerned. And it reaches out for you. Strength contest.
Oh, I'm not gonna win a strength contest with this. Would be fucking kidding.
Well, it depends which arm he reaches out
I
with.
suppose.
Yeah.
The big one.
Of course.
Oh,
No.
oh, you're fucked.
Yeah.
23.
17. And actually, I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, 17's not bad for Blake, but the big arm reaches out, grabs you by the throat, and begins throttling the life out of you in a macabre reversal of what you did last time you met when you choked him out. And Blake, you're being strangled to death. King, you stumble around in the darkness, and you come face to face with a zombie of a person who was splattered with a moonbeam and has been reconstituted covered in purple boils.
Oh, that guy.
Yep.
Oh, cool. I don't know who you are. And I'm just going to attack him 7 times.
Holy shit.
25,
Hits.
21,
Hits.
24,
Hits.
15, 21, and a crit.
Everything but the 15 hit.
Hot dog. All right, I'm going to roll some damage. You go back to the next person. I'll come back to you with the numbers.
This is pretty effectively going to tell us, can these things be killed, or do we need to do something different?
Yes. Let's hear that damage.
Does this creature explode on the spot, or do I need to think of something non-combat to do?
63 damage.
So you begin slashing the shit out of this. It's called an oinoloth. And just splattering yourself in disgusting pus. So first of all, you're going to take pus damage.
Fuck, man.
28 pus damage. Make a
It's just like my teenage years.
Oh, no.
make a Constitution saving throw not to be poisoned.
How's the 26 sound, big boy?
You close your mouth so you don't get any pus in your mouth.
There we go.
Oh, God.
But King, you go absolutely bananas on this oinoloth with your sword, and you slash it all up. But it seems like no matter how deep you gouge into it, its wounds fill with darkness.
Well, we'll change that next round when I slash it again.
Is this they're getting filled up with more despair because they're being hurt, and that powers the despair in them or something?
The real answer was friendship the whole time.
Yeah, I kind of think the answer might be friendship.
Your inability to make progress is filling you with despair.
No, I just haven't cut it enough yet.
Yeah, that might be it. Blake, strength contest again, not to get choked out.
Okay. That's not going to work. That's a 4.
12. Blake, I'm going to make one mark here. You know the rules, the rule of 3.
Mm-hmm.
So, Blake, you're getting Bart Simpson, basically.
Cool. Well, he can take his roll for Moonbeam again.
Jessica, I feel like the correct answer to this puzzle is to apologize. Which, and that's probably not cool. I killed your husband and ruined your wedding and then ruined his funeral and then pretended I was his mistress. And I don't really feel remorse because that is not the kind of person I am. But I also do see how that is really bad for you. And I don't think you did anything wrong as far as I know. But can we... Dog. Can we just... work it out.
The solution is to apologize. I don't feel any remorse. Cordelia Heller, 2020. Jesus Christ.
I apologize the best that Cordelia could.
So that was a genuine attempt?
Yes.
Roll persuasion with disadvantage.
Holy shit.
Damn, 12.
Yeah, so with disadvantage, you got a 12, although your other roll's a 28, which would have succeeded. So you fail to convince Jessica of your sincerity for now. I think you hear a voice in the darkness call out, I'm going to kill your friends first. And then I'm going to fuck your eyes out.
That's a little extreme.
Blake, strength check. 14.
Oh, that seems conceivable. I'm gonna roll a 2, but
All right, that's the second failure, he said darkly. King, Lynette?
Lynette's gonna try using, and actually do so successfully, hopefully this time, locate creature.
I can't believe it.
I mean, she's gonna try and locate Cordelia.
Oh, that is a creature.
yep.
Yeah. The thinking here is, hey, if we're trapped in the despair maze, can I find the person who would prevent me feeling despair?
I can't believe this locate creature shit is gonna pay off.
Yeah,
Fuck
prevent
you
you
guys.
from being alone. I was trying to
Finally!
figure out how we get us back together, and that's the answer.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah. So can I locate Cordelia?
Fuck. God damn it. Son of a bitch. Fucking
Good job,
hell.
Laura. I'm high-fiving you from Florida. That was it.
God damn it.
Suck it, Austin. Suck it hard.
I'm
Now who's
s-
fucking
I'm-
whose eyes out?
I'm sorry, Austin, but I for once thought of a creative solution to a problem. I was not gonna let it pass me by.
So you, using the power of love, find Cordelia in the darkness?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
Just follow my heart.
You hear Jessica go, you corny bitch.
I mean, she's real hot. I don't need to see her to know that.
Suddenly, Cordelia, out of the darkness, you see Lynette running from a Nikoloth covered in locusts.
How did you do this?
I located a creature, bitch.
Oh my god. Okay, can I try it now with Blake? I have locate creature, bitch.
I know, I gave that to Lynette, though, because she loves
Damn it,
you.
power
Do you
of
love
love.
Blake?
Yeah, he's my best friend.
Do you love Blake?
I love Blake. He's my best friend.
Hey. Cordelia... Lynette has no problem if Cordelia loves Blake.
But there's
I'm just putting that out there. That's chill.
Yeah. We are very cool ladies.
So Blake,
Yes. Oh, I love Blake. Oh, I have a friend. Wow. Don't gotta tell everybody.
Blake strength contest. 22.
3.
Okay, so Blake, you were being choked unconscious, and as the world like swims and dims in front of your eyes, the air is forced out of your throat, and you can't catch your breath. You try to, push this zombie off of you. It's too strong, and as darkness begins clouding your vision, you see Cordelia and Lynette suddenly burst out of the darkness.
I want to fly in and eat his head. I want to bore his head.
All right, roll to eat a zombie, which seems like a bad idea.
The power of love.
The power
What
of
do I roll?
indigestion.
Constitution? Oh, I don't know. I don't want to swallow him. I just want to make. I just feel like that's
And snakes will pass anything.
That's true. I just have a very large lump in my belly for a while. Rolling. I rolled 22.
Yeah, so Lynette, or not,
I eat your zombie.
Cordelia, so describe to me what you do. You see in front of you Blake is being choked unconscious.
I'd like to say, and Laura, I'd like you to collaborate with me on this. Can Lynette throw me like a javelin?
I mean, if the DM will allow it, I love this vision.
Okay, so still enchanted to look like I'm in a latex tube.
Lynette's gonna turn into her big bird form just to get more size to launch this torpedo tube of a snake.
Just javelin me right at the dick book guy whose name I forgot what they're called. They're dick book guys now.
So Blake, you see a light and you start going towards the light, and then suddenly a giant bird throws a javelin in a gimp costume, and it bites the head off the zombie. My thoughts exactly, buddy.
Okay, so we need one more.
So King, what do? You're stabbing this Oinoloth who's just pussing all over you, and it's making you sick.
Yeah, I want to just stomp his face into the ground and talk into the darkness. Because this dude's kind of lame. So, like, I get poisoned eventually. But, like, he's so skinny and weak, I feel like I could just push him to the ground. Into a hole, maybe.
I mean, so yeah, you can just keep popping his boils all over yourself and yelling into the darkness. I mean, what do you say?
It's fucking Dr. Pimple Popper up in here.
I would say, do you know where my daughter is?
I think Jessica says back, I don't know who you are.
I don't know who you are either, but you have the key to find my daughter, and I would like it, please.
If you fight alongside that murderer, you've signed your own death warrant.
Which one?
Does it matter at this point?
I mean, maybe. It's kind of like a scale to which ones I like more than others.
I take it you like your daughter more than them, though.
I mean, like, it's kind of hard to, like, say, but I guess yes. But, you know, you don't want to play favorites or anything. Like, it feels like it would hurt someone's feeling if I told Blake I love my daughter more than him. It's like, it feels like a weird thing to say to somebody.
How about a trade?
Do you want some magic Tupperware to talk to a cool person who can get you some good fish?
No.
I have a fake dagger from the Lady of Pain.
Or a real dagger from the fake Lady of Pain.
I want the Yuan-T's head.
I don't know which one that was.
So the rest of the Furies, you've all met up. I mean, the Yagnoloth isn't dead, but I mean, it doesn't pose a threat to all three of you by itself. It's just one zombie.
We're playing the equivalent of keep away, like just sort of dancing around it.
Yeah. We should find King. Does anybody love him? I mean, I like him. He's fine, but I don't love him, you know? I'm not ready to say that at this stage.
There's the rub. The party was able to reunite because of their strong bond, but none of you really love King, and so he's by himself, and he's been offered his daughter in exchange for killing Cordelia.
So, how do we find King? Like, you guys found me.
Yeah, because I love you. Like, we're friends. It's whatever. We don't think about that.
Okay, we will put a pin in that.
No, we don't need to talk about it later.
I'm out of ideas other than wishing really hard, cross our fingers, think about how much we love him and how he's great.
I mean,
It's just
happy memories.
Okay,
No.
Sorry, zombie again. No, I'm just...
Yeah. No, see, I was under the theory we just think happy thoughts and not despair thoughts, and that'll fix everything. So, like, maybe if there's three of us together, we can happy thoughts the cloud away and see where King is.
so we believe in fairies? Is that what this is?
Yeah, I do believe in fairies. I do believe in fairies. I do believe in the ability to wish away this magical fog.
Can I use message? I'm gonna use message to try and get a hold of King somehow. Beep 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 beep. I don't know. It sounds like Morse code. Beep 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 beep.
Message. You point your finger toward a creature within range.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's also not going to work because I'm already using concentration to maintain Truesight.
What if I spin around in a circle pointing, and so I'm technically pointing all around me?
I mean, Cordelia just starts fucking spin cycling.
Well, I mean, you could just incrementally cast message a bunch of times until you hit the right direction.
No, this is the most efficient way.
Okay, so Cordelia just starts spinning. Back with King. I don't know how long it takes you to think about this, but Jessica was clear.
King doesn't know what a yuan T is.
Jessica says, "My despair is bottomless. You will never escape. I will leave you in here until your bones turn to dust. Or you can have your daughter back. All I want is justice."
You can file a police report, right? Don't they do that?
We're in the middle of an interplanar war. Law enforcement has other priorities.
Oh, that stinks. You'd have to wait then.
I won't repeat myself again. Will you bring me her head or not?
I mean, I don't really, Cordelia's okay, but I wouldn't kill her to get my daughter back, because part of the whole point of getting her back is to prove that you don't need to use violence to get what you want. Sorry if that's not what you want to hear, but I have to set a good example for my daughter.
Then rot with your principles. Goodbye.
My principal's here? I haven't seen him in years.
I think after a while of Cordelia spinning around and around in circles, now the rest of you hear Jessica, and she says, "This despair is never ending."
Well, what caused it? Maybe we could work something out.
She did.
She did? Her? What did she do?
That's true. I would like to hear what you think I did.
The man who gave me this item, told me you and your friends interrogated him with detect thoughts. I thought it was only fair to return the favor. I know it's you. Don't play games with me.
All right, I'm just saying, if you seemingly have a problem, you seemingly want justice, and I got to level with you. I don't know for what.
You turned my husband to stone, and then you crashed his funeral and killed our friend.
So you're more mad at me than the people who hired me?
Yeah, you think she did that? She didn't do that. Someone else would have done that. You know who you want to talk to.
Who hired you?
I just think Cordelia and Blake are just cackling.
Your husband used to, your deceased husband who was murdered, and he worked for Failsafe, right?
So are you about to induce?
No! Oh no, God, no. Mm-mm.
It seems like you're about to interfere with some material interests.
Oh no, not at all. I'm not doing any interfering.
Oh, we're
That's
not saying
up to
anything
Jessica.
about Cicero.
No, you're an induce interference. I actually specifically said inducement.
But if we're just saying the company he worked for and not the name.
The company is a material interest.
And but we are not asking her to destroy it. We are simply indicating what the root cause was.
You're inducing an interference with a material interest.
No,
I said this specifically.
We are extracting ourselves from a situation that has nothing to do with either of us.
You are arguing with the lawyer about this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be an asshole. If you try to fuck with Failsafe, you're
Not trying to, but he's not trying to fuck with Failsafe. He's simply trying to that is whether or not she does something with it, and he suspects that she will.
Ooh.
But that's
What if we just lie and say we don't know who it was?
Lynette's gonna turn around and just say, "Look, the two of these bozos are stuck in a situation where they can't tell you who is responsible, but..."
Well, okay, well, I mean, I hired her. She's a subcontractor.
You did this?
I get a 1099.
I have absolutely no personal stake in you or them. I too was hired, and I'm sure you could figure that out. This is just a corporate chain of events. You're an aboleth, you get it.
She's not an aboleth.
Oh, sorry, what is it?
She's not an aboleth.
Not an aboleth. What's the fucking, what are they called?
She's a Yugoloth, but I do like the idea that fucking Baylors don't know what humans are, sloths don't know what lizards are, humans don't know what Yugoloths are. Everyone's just constantly mistaken about everyone else's biology every day.
Yeah, don't aboleths don't they live forever?
No, they pass on their memory perfectly to their offspring.
No, I think they live forever. So you're gonna live forever, Jessica. Plenty of time to find more love.
Okay, so Blake, even though I was very specific about the contract, I think what you've done here is very clever.
Thank you.
This isn't how I wanted this to happen, but the D&D isn't about what the DM wants. It's about what the players want. And I think by making Jessica have a reason to read your mind, you have implicated Cicero in a way not covered by the contract because you did not induce her. She took the action to look into your mind. So, in a way, you lawyered me.
Hell yeah, got him.
I want, can you, somehow add the music that sounds like a flashback to you saying, Cicero goes over every conceivable loophole that I won't bore everyone with, but he's got it. There's no way you're breaking this contract. And then we come back to this point and they're like, you got me.
See, I'm just sat here like, if people at law school hear about this, do you get kicked out of law school now because you got beaten a lawyer off?
I mean, there's an argument that him saying, oh, I got hired or something is an obfuscated inducement, but whatever. Let's not get that can be tried on appeals, right? We'll kick it up to a higher court.
Right.
As far as this goes, I think this works. I think Cicero did not put into the contract that you would not goad somebody into reading your mind. He didn't foresee that. And so Jessica suddenly realizes that Cicero set all this up. The darkness snaps out of existence, and all the zombies fall dead at your feet because the despair was the only thing holding them together in its terrible gravity. And Jessica is gone, off to kill Cicero with the item Pope gave her to find Lime.
So good.
God damn it.
So what, next episode, do you have to save Cicero from Jessica?
I mean,
I think we
can't
should
we
just
be
get to
like,
watch.
hey, did we get the thing? Yeah. Well, hey, you got yours. Can I get that?
I mean, we
Can I
know
get
where
that key?
she's going. She could get her justice.
And then surely the despair ends.
You're just gonna stand outside the building with your hands out and just wait for her to come out covered in blood?
Yeah.
Money,
Yeah.
please.
Money, please.
In fact, I could cast seeming on the whole group. We could look like homeless people.
Yeah, Austin, if you want to skip a whole encounter, we could just hard cut to us standing outside and Jessica emerging covered in blood and just be like, can we get the key now?
Okay, let's take a vote. Who wants to do that?
Yeah.
I think that's fucking great.
I think it's hilarious.
Because I very specifically said earlier, Cicero exits triumphantly. We made the joke about him being dragged into the recycle bin.
Yes, and that's why it's amazing.
And then you pull him back out of the recycle bin.
Like the hard cut again to just earlier where you're like, well, I guess Cicero gets out of this scot-free, getting everything he's ever wanted.
That's true.
And now Jessica exits fail-safe headquarters in a wedding dress, covered head to toe in blood, and carrying something which she just throws on the ground as she walks away.
Hey, thanks.
And what is the thing she drops?
It's it looks like a C with a handle, but
Is it a ladle?
no, I think you're smarter than the gray slod, who for many intents and purposes was just born, and you reckon
It's a sickle.
it's a sickle. Yep, exactly.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's like a side view of a ladle.
It has some writing on it in a language I don't think any of you speak. Do any of you speak Giant?
If I get big, can I speak?
Would Truesight help?
If I wear sunglasses.
I don't think I have a thing to know extra languages. No.
Wait. Yeah, I was making sure I have eyes of the Runekeeper. What does it say, bitch? I have eyes of the Runekeeper. I can see whatever I want. I can read all writing. That's what that means.
Yeah, you want to read that for the audience instead of just saying I can see what I want?
see whatever I want.
Read Eyes of the Runekeeper. Yeah.
I was about to, Jesus.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Eyes of the Runekeeper. It's an Eldritch Invocation. Because I have a cool girlfriend and I can read all writing. All of it.
Yep, so as a warlock, you actually got an extra invocation. I don't think Lynette has this one. This is the one you got for...
No, I don't.
Yeah, this is the one you took for getting a faction involvement. So you can read all writing, Cordelia. And what this sickle says on the blade is one word, Cronus.
Does anybody know what Cronus means?
Time?
Smash cut to Nifyx. What are you and Sharon doing now that you've resolved to make this chase as exciting as possible until you're murdered by Romani mercenaries or zombies?
Yeah, so I think Nifyx is running over a basic plan that involves showing speed runs. Lots and lots of speed runs, and particularly the kind where you boundary break to save time. And Nifyx is basically showing a bunch of these videos going, maybe we find some way to do this. Because this is... If I'm gonna go out somehow, it might as well be the most me way I can.
So you're showing Sharon... like glitch videos, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the sort of like, clip yourself into a wall, spin around a bunch, and then you catapult off for a way, like, sort of boundary breaking reality.
Yeah, because she's a discotheque manager / Batman, so maybe she's not up on the latest like Breath of the Wild hacks or whatever. So
yeah, she's showing you how in Breath of the Wild you like get into one of those mine carts and you hit it a dozen times in stasis and then it flies off halfway across the map.
Exactly. So Sharon says, "So we can't run anywhere in this universe, but what you're saying is." Maybe we can escape the universe?
Yeah, like, I don't know what we're gonna find, if anything, but, I mean, it can't be much worse than spending forever running away, right?
I think it'll be a fitting monument to your life to leave behind a record of this. She has the camera out and she's filming you. She says, "Do you have anything you want to say to your people? They can't wait to see what you have next." And you actually have like wild stream numbers because you're a fugitive, right? And you did a big crime and you've streamed yourself blowing the horn and now the Nidhogg's are going crazy. You're like a genuine celebrity on like an entirely different level. Like you were popular before, but now you're like, ninja or this is going to terribly date the season. I'm sorry. No one's going to.
Is she like the Barefoot Bandit?
What's that?
What?
I know the Wet Bandits.
I don't know what
this
that
was
is.
like a 12-year-old. No, I think he was older than that. He was like a teenager, and he was like breaking into rich people's homes, and nobody could catch him for a very long time. And he was just like breaking in and eating their
That's
snacks.
amazing.
That sounds vaguely familiar. But yeah, so Nifyx, you've turned your crime into a spectacle. So even if you get caught, people are never going to forget you, and you're leaving behind this record.
Yeah. So, yeah, Nifyx is going to turn to camera and go, "So, everyone, I'm not going to be around for too much longer, hopefully, because, all of this. That's only so long this can go on and be interesting. I want to end this all with a bang. So, I hope you keep watching. I'm going to boundary break out of reality. I want you to watch as I outrun everyone who's after me, and I get somewhere that no one can follow. This is a playthrough of life that you are not going to want to miss."
Is there a way for me to break? I'm a shapeshifter at Postmaster Ray, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, have no face to show. Please don't take off my mask, my disguise.
February 2020.
February.
What did I say?
You said it normal. I'm just being stupid.
Bernie 2020.
Don't get my hopes up.
Listen, I have to live for something. Otherwise, what do I have? A D&D podcast and a bunch of dog pictures.
I was literally going to say dog pictures.
There's nothing else that I'm living for. Okay, we got to get to the credits. Executive producers for February 2020.
I forgot my names list. Where'd it go?
How'd you lose it? Joseph Tombrello is the first one.
I'm pretty sure the next one is X-Dillers, but hold on.
It sure is.
Oh my god, I have such a good memory.
The Walt Disney Company.
Is that real?
I mean, obviously not.
Okay, so what did you do it?
You're so gullible.
I'm so gullible. What the fuck, man?
I used to get checks from the Walt Disney Company, though, because they owned Blip TV, or they owned Maker, which owned Blip, and I worked for Blip. So I have gotten Disney checks before. It's not weird.
Okay.
She doesn't
Sure.
care.
I don't care. Brent, still every episode of Dice Funk Goatly.
Devin, conduit of evolution.
Evolution.
John Madera, conduit of caramel lattes.
Rob Dakin. Ah! Rider Rob Nightkin. Ah!
Paul Mullen.
Inspired by all these
Peebadee-badeebs.
Inspired by all of these PhD patrons, I'm getting a degree in what the heck.
There's worse reasons to go back to school.
Yeah.
And I heard people on a podcast doing it. R.I.P. Chip, human fighter and pal of Harkin Caleb, eaten by an ankeg.
What's that?
It's like a big D&D insect.
Ugh, don't like it anymore. Toshiro Kuro, who's not a bug, because we're going to stop talking about... Oh, I skipped Christman. Christman. Stealing Cupid's bow so that people can love me again.
That seems like an abuse of your power. Toshiro Kuru fighting the New Year's new me for dominance.
Andrew Grothin.
Belated birthday, Jamie, because Patreon messed up last month. They really do be like that.
Dr. Goatman.
Francois V.
Hedron Master.
Oh, I think this one's for you. I don't want to read this one.
Hold up. My dildo just fell out. Don't look at me. No. Good slave.
JK. I like to think that was a response to the last one.
John what?
Luther Manhole. I really hope that's your name and I'm not being mean and making fun of it, but shouldn't have even brought it up.
Nifyx Decidia is sheep with crushingly low self-esteem. No.
What does sheep have to be upset about? They're soft.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, they're cute, they're soft, they make good noises.
Fresh air.
Friends with dogs?
Possum King. They get to hang out with dogs.
They do.
I want to be a sheep. Possum Kingdom refugee.
Random conduit of would you like a hug?
Sternod.
Vinny, conduit of Valentine's chocolates made with my own quotation mark essence. Is that jizz?
Do not enjoy.
I'm pretty sure that's jizz.
Z23619.
Kevin Dobbins.
A lonely gambling pig trying to be King's Valentine. Aw.
Aww. Charlie Chalkley upped his pledge because he felt bad about that tongue twister.
That's my new strategy, is guilting the patrons and trying to see if they can get up the list. Pumpkin Spice itself.
Robert Tuttle.
Anthony, patron of Dora.
Morgan Rapp.
Antonio, conduit of aftercare snacks.
Nice.
Fruit Gummy.
Fugami. Haley Anderson.
Pinko Sock.
Philip Busman.
Sheev, talking shit on a tubular floating crane. Do it.
Tis I, Zenster.
69 Spoopy 420. Sean Biolorn's nudes. Ludes. I said nudes? That was Freudian.
I mean, that's also accurate.
Mm-hmm.
A montage of goth Nifyx staring out into the rain.
A non-horny gift for Austin and a very horny one for the goblin.
A werewolf with the Chinese menu in his hand.
Triple A? I guess just get to the top of the alphabetical part.
Or a Ah!
Yeah. Isaac, conduit of Linux, mascot Tux the Penguin.
Aaron Norgard.
Abigail Grace.
Adrian Y.
Aftershock, too busy planning an art expo to update Patreon name.
You could have used the time changing it to that to change it to something else, though, instead, so.
Time management skills.
I don't have them either. It's fine. Agent Hedgepiggle.
Aggressively weeping and eating ramen.
Oh, yeah. That's the stuff.
Aggressively?
Have you never seen me go into a full sob, my dude?
Yeah, no, there's powerful weeping, but aggressive seems like it's like if getting closer and closer to someone while doing it. Aggressively weeping.
Aki Savalainen.
Alex Vepra.
An otter wanting to be your Valentine. Okay.
All of otters are my Valentine.
They would eat you, though.
I've had worse holidays. Aki Savalainen.
I just said that.
I want to talk about otters again. Andrew Birmingham.
Andrew Fege. Fege? I feel like we've been told. I'm so sorry.
100 times.
Conduit of the blood. What is it then, Austin?
Shit. Fuck. God damn it.
Conduit of the bloodiest of Valentine's itself.
Anna.
Conduit of procrastination.
Arachnovolt. Searching for the spider Gallahorn to summon the horde.
Love a horde.
Of spiders?
With their daddy long legs. Because they're cute.
Those aren't spiders.
They're just close enough.
I got you out there.
Shut up. Archibald's 5-armed hugging cactus golem. Oh, too pokey.
Ariadne resolving vengeance on Theseus 2020, which is weirdly relevant to this arc.
Arjan de Koning.
Ash, the gayest bitch in the Midwest.
Austin! Still love that Skeksis voice. Isaac, Conduit, go.
B-Dodroid.
Badadroid. Becky Tooth. I talk to Becky all the time, and I don't know if it's Toothill or Toot Hill. I'm sorry. Property of Janiac.
Okay, that's a new strategy. If you don't know how, don't even try.
I just said it both ways, so.
I've heard it both ways.
BJ, conduit of manager giant space hamsters. I'm imagining one like in a McDonald's uniform now.
B-Ray Echo.
Before we continue, I gotta say, I got tiny slimy nips.
Big Time Geddy Lee, member of Big Time Rush. R.I.P. Neil.
Pouring out for Neil.
I mean, he really did just die.
Oh.
Neil Peart of Rush.
Well, pouring out then.
Yeah. I mean, they did have slightly libertarian leanings, which is uncool, but he's obviously one of the most talented drummers who ever lived, so you win some, you lose some.
Blackstone Morgan. Hey, I know him. He's a good friend of mine.
Blue Six.
Bones. I know it's Bonus, but I like to say it. Bones. Bonetros Ghoulie, Undead Nation Secretary General.
That reference is way before you were born.
Okay, because I don't get it.
I was like 2, I think. Hold on, this is time for a googly.
I'm gonna keep saying words. Brady, God of Murder, survivor of Lauren's Massacre. I didn't do it. Brett, Bro Jimbo. Buy your girl some flowers? ? Callum, Monsieur Garbage, Turner, Cameron Abbas. I'm on my own here, folks.
Boutros Ghali was the 6th Secretary General of the United Nations from 1992 to 1996. So yeah, I was 6.
I was born in 92.
Yeah, I knew that person existed, but I was like, yeah, that was like when I was a kid.
That's fun. That's a fun fact.
You don't seem like you're having fun.
I'm having fun. You're the one who's not laughing at any of my jokes that are not bad.
Because I was looking up the UN Secretary General. It's a very important thing for this credits.
Getting high on knowledge. I know I said Callum, Monsieur Garbage, Turner.
Cameron Abbas.
Candace, listen to Dice Funk's Darling.
Caradwin, conduit of crushing on Austin in a respectful, non-horny way.
Chief Beef Thief.
Chloe the dog finds bone pile on her walk.
God, you love to see it.
They do.
Chris, conduit of bad decisions, Walling.
Christopher Charlow.
Coho Blast.
Corum is going to miss Smash Fiction. Thank you for being wonderful.
Counterfeit.
Cucumber.
Dandy Snuff.
Danielle Marsden, conduit of unnecessary consonants.
Daria, go freaking right.
Dawning Frost.
Daz is lost. Me
Oh,
too.
that's what that is. I thought it was just Daz is Lost.
Daz is lost.
Deathworm Jim, sharing the adventures of Harley and Pancake as a weak faction?
Oh, I was gonna say facade.
Those
sound like animals.
Yeah, Pancake is an incredible animal name.
Yeah, food and then just regular people names are the best animal names. Decibel!
Declan Sands.
Dennis Pancake Detlefson.
Dice Fuck. Dungeons and Dildo spin-off for dogs? Wait,
Oh, what?
why for dogs? I thought it was just like a horny spin-off, but I guess dogs can have little a dildo as a treat.
Austin! What?
I don't know. DM Tau. Now I have to deal with player shenanigans.
My brain is broken. Don Johnston.
Dorian, conduit of devotion.
Doro.
Dr. Isix.
Dragon Nexus.
Duck, conduit of stealing your V-Day chocolates, then blaming the dog. Dogs can have chocolates.
Dylan and Rillin, or Dylan and Rylan. I'll never stop saying it that way. The dog listening on a lazy Sunday morning. Also, dishes.
Dylan, conduit of gift pants.
Ebrand, toss a coin to your Lomo, oh titty of plenty.
I still haven't watched it because Lauren took my Netflix.
I don't know why you keep saying that.
Because maybe if I keep saying it, you'll give me Netflix.
I don't have my own. What are you even talking about, you ding dong?
Eowulta.
Ikorin.
Elder Dog.
Elderly Goose, conduit of doing the best I can in 2020.
Eleanor Nonante sees Perichin, Hort Vampire Lady with depression.
Aline? Yes, you are a jellicle cat.
I'm Mr. Mistopheles. Elizabeth Jackalope.
Elusive Lily.
Emma, Math Tiger is 43.47% correct.
Indigo Vandane.
That's not a very good Math Tiger if they can't even get over 50%.
He's a tiger! Let him live!
I guess that is good for a tiger. Erwin Leilagadek.
Evie? We'll find out later. Conduit trying out a new name in the credits.
Even if we find out later, we won't get it right then as well. Fair Majesty, Empress Quintilian Galaxion.
Oh, I'm so glad I just read ahead. Faith and Valor, formerly transient passerby. I'm so excited.
Nut. All lowercase, no spaces.
Filmquisition.
Fists are the natural predators of puppets.
I don't like that sentence.
I think they're more like symbiotic. They need each other. It's not a predatory relationship.
Florian H.
Follow Slad Bible on Facebook.
Francois Arsenal.
Frank Sands.
Furry scum infecting the credits prison.
Futuristic ferret-based society. That's what the new Star Trek should have been.
That's Austin's ideal world.
Mm-hmm.
Ginger beers.
Got more soul than a sock with a hole.
Is that a lot of soul or like none?
I have literally no idea what that means. It sounds like vaguely sexy.
Grapefruit juice.
Although I say that any time someone incorporates the word hole, I'm just like, Graffiti, conduit of rhetorical vacillation.
GSB _ lasting damage.
Halju.
Harley the floral. Learcat.
Harrison Andrew.
Harry, Dad King getting high ratings from the Scalies.
It's a very scaly season. Hey guys, it's Ashley.
How do I make friend? Regards, conduit of social faux pas.
Ingmar Grumman.
Jaden.
James Neely.
Janiac, conduit of teledildonics.
We used to talk about teledildonics a lot on my old podcast. The field is exploding.
Wait, that's a thing?
Yeah, it's like when you have a dildo that's like connected to a wireless thing, and you're and like someone else far away is like controlling the vibration or whatever.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Or you could simulate it if you have like two people dildoing each other, but the force feedback.
I got it. I don't know why you're still. I got it quite a ways back.
I got like 5 more minutes. Why did you?
You're like, hold on, I gotta talk about it.
Janiac bullies Austin while I watch. Why? Oh no! Everyone loves bullying me. Is that a sex thing?
Jaspel, new year, old me.
That was meaningful silence on that question.
Sure was.
J. Logan, conduit of queerness, mage of life.
Jayish wizard, the wizard of J.
Jealous goddess cosplay.
Jen.
Jenny Colby.
Jess Veggie, conduit of veggies.
Joanna the wrench witch.
Veggie rhymes with veggie.
It sure does, buddy.
You're smart, Jess. John Kerry, but not that one.
John Potts.
John Barnett, conduit of pillows.
John, conduit of subpar joke names.
Josie, retired vengeance paladin. Sun too hot.
Sun also too cold. I don't know if you noticed, but apparently today it's the same temperature in Antarctica as it is in Florida.
Really?
Yup.
Oh, that sounds
bad.
Yeah.
It does.
Someone protect the penguins.
Jew-Man Jack back from the planet crack.
Is that like a crack in the planet, or is that like a special kind of crack?
It could be like Planet Hollywood, but all they serve is crack.
Why?
I don't know.
Julian Phillips, conduit of Kaizen.
Just Adjuster.
Just Griff McTravelroy is back for Flashback February.
Juzzy, conduit of personal growth in 2020.
Kate, conduit of fading regret.
Kiefer Lowe.
Kelladry offers Austin a hit of Mitzi's Good Cat Belly.
I would enjoy that, although I would die. Very allergic.
Yeah.
Keller Automat.
Ken, conduit of finally writing this goddamn PhD dissertation.
Kenteroy.
Kevin, beasterizing into your heart.
Beasterizer, I believe, is the original name of Bloody Roar.
I don't know.
Killer Cotton Shizno. I'm gonna hold on. Let me Google Buchos Scholar
God.
again.
Kaniku fan.
Keep going. I'm
Kitty
googling.
Foe, warm snoring burrito, H of Valentine candy. Corrito Prime, my Patreon saved a life. Damn, that's the opposite of what I wanted.
Yeah, Bloody Roar began in 1997 under the name Beasterizer.
Okay.
I win.
Sure, buddy.
You're very unimpressed with my Googling, I gotta say.
Very.
Where are we?
Christina. Conduit of Sharon needing a hug itself.
She really does. Criterion, the smoothest of Marios.
I don't know why Smooth Mario gets me, but it does. Kyle Badsvik.
Kyle, conduit of Drop Goodwood and King Badass / Fic.
Lady Misfit, Dino Fact, Dinocorus? Just Dinocorus. That's wrong, I don't care.
All right, so here we go again. I'm going to Google Dinocorus. Keep going.
Shut up! Larry Yelling Man. Hi, Larry. Who has a show that I'm also a host on called Humans Hollering at News. Plug. Okay. Lars Owner, Ludovico Limited. Luke Powers, conduit of flannel itself. Luther, the conduit of a button quail and a pear tree. Lynette X, Respect 2020.
Dinocorus look like they're creeping. I'm going to put one in the chat for you. They look like John Waters, but a dinosaur.
That can't be true.
I'm putting one in the chat for you. Here you
Please,
go. Dinoc.
do it faster.
Why are they doing that?
He's so chunky.
It does basically look like a bozog, honestly.
It's tiny little stupid wings.
It's like it's not really trying to have wings.
What are those even for?
I don't know where we were.
Oh my god. Sorry, stupid wings. I said Lynette X respect 2020.
Okay, McLeod, conduit of perpetual haunt.
Manticore Deathlord.
The cult of Gorfanax.
Master Zimnohort.
Mathieo Zanik.
Matt Collier.
Matt Lackett is enjoying some sleeping games. Self-care is hard.
Matthew, listen to Dice Funk and Neo Scum Schultz.
Maximum Side Boob celebrating one full year of tasteful nudity.
Majin, conduit of 3B, conduit of 3D printing Dickosauruses for everyone to know.
I'm going to assume Dickosauruses are self-explanatory. Melbent.
Melissa the Dice Goblin, lots of goblins in the credits.
Mayor of Stone, conqueror of mountains, harbinger of glory, forerunner.
Michael Hall.
Middle part. Michelle Minkler, conduit of shouting, Chris!
Relatable. Midlife stasis, conduit of inevitability.
I wonder if someone has ever done the math how many episodes end with us yelling at Chris. Mike draws Sonic, watching his film with his best friend, you.
Miles, conduit of strong Byleth opinions, but she fun though.
She is fun, and if you don't think Smash Brothers needs more Fire Emblem characters, you don't understand. You're wrong. I'm sorry. We can't be friends.
Just say the names, you dork.
No, we need more Fire Emblem characters. This is the hill I'm dying on.
Matthew! Mr. Willie, Phoenix, Steven, Lesbian, Seagull, Pooh Bear, Shaker.
Namita Ineskin's conduit of error.
I cut you off. It felt good.
I'm saying, if anything, they should have. No.
God,
Okay.
you're so horny for Fire Emblem. you always are. You can't even argue.
I think instead of Byleth, they should have added all three
See?
house leaders. They should have got Edelgard and Claude. Okay, where are we? Nathaniel Homon?
Yeah, you ding dong.
Nicholas Dominic?
Nicholas McDonald.
Nick?
Nick Thetford, I forgive you for bringing up face sitting.
Yeah, you're forgiven. 5 Hail Marys. Nicole Woodruff.
Only respect for my McQuare, hashtag Zoe Fan Club.
Paye Robsberg.
Pangolin.
It's just Pangolin and then period.
Yeah.
Patrick, why did you do this?
Do you know why they did it?
Patrick Babcock. All caps.
Patrick Williams.
Please check my webcomic, ruinousfortune.com.
Do it. Please tell Johnny I like my sandwiches with a dash of gravy. Thanks. L.
All of Johnny's sandwiches are very wet.
Pocket Sundial.
Preston Bowers.
You're not going to bring this energy into our good Christian credits. Pruitt Holcomb.
Pruitt Holcomb.
Oh, do you all fucking go?
Oh my god.
I'm just rowdy. Puck Boy, which I almost read as fuck boy.
That might be the joke. Pyropsychotic because the cake was a lie and who doesn't like fire?
Quantum materia term remuta monaxi marmota monax materium pos.
See, that person needs to increase their pledge as an apology. Razumi Yazura.
Remsiv.
Robert Chisholm, conduit of Gigantamax Cornelia, wrecking shit.
I do enjoy to wreck shit. Rule 34, Bob Chiaclone. Chiacalone?
It's very Italian. Ciacolone.
Oh, I make the lasagna. I know, so pay the taxes.
S. Kearney, Crisis of Infinite Funk.
Salad Child.
Scarlet Eyes Yuri.
Sean Lyons Burke, conduit of Manning Byleth out of spite.
And also because she's a good character and very fun and has a completely different moveset than any of the other Fire Emblem sword users. I thought you were going to cut me off. I didn't really have any more.
I was trying to be nice this time.
Oh, thanks.
Simmons, conduit of harder slotty.
Sergeant Rattlebones, another year of skeleton warfare.
Shane Sedgwick.
Shane Ware, conduit of hedonistic pansexual polyamorous switches.
Simon Lee, conduit of Chungus, Bearer Dinkus, minion of John Con.
Sin Milk Tom.
Sir Octopus, conduit of chivalrous cephalopods.
Slime King Mike, conduit of gamer goo.
That's also jizz.
There also is a product called Gamer Goo, and I only know this because a journalist I follow bought it to test it, and then I think she basically covered her entire body in Gamer Goo.
Something username.
It's not only jizz. Spaghetto arrested for Epcot crimes.
Sporeman 0.
They love the Epcot crime. Starlight Glimmer did nothing wrong.
Stefan Lund votes for Fedora Cloud Veer and BBE on Dice Funk next season.
Steven Martinez, protector of Austin's bussy. There wasn't as much bussy threatening this month, I have to say. I feel relatively safe.
Well, see, you fucking idiot. You just admitted it out loud, and now they're going to do it more.
Please, I'm so fragile.
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree?
Sydney Marsing.
Sorry that pack south soaking in that sun.
This is in Texas, right? I think so. Tabitha Spokes.
Tales of Inquiry.
Terraflops.
Tracy Pyrope transing June Egbert.
Thanks, Austin. Great show.
Oh, it's so wholesome.
That's the kind of comment I can get behind. Clear, to the point, doesn't involve my bussy. I love it.
The murderous mongoose who is secretly standing directly behind you.
The precursor.
The tasty cakes that Yorsky bakes.
I haven't baked anything in 100 years. Toby Gleason Stack.
Tom Bowers.
Trees, they are us.
Or trees they are us.
Treesy Therius.
Oh, dinosaur-y. Trevor S., the goblin teacher.
Shay summoning tentacles for Austin's 30th. Prep the bussiness. I spoke too soon.
You really did. Universal Toby.
William Vink.
Will you be my Yementine?
That's more romantic. Yams are high in vitamins and minerals. Willem Dafoe's Secret Sunday. That feels like a Boston's favorite Sun pitch. Jonathan, I have a movie. It's called Willem Dafoe's Secret Sunday.
I would watch that.
Conrad's on it. You like Conrad.
I don't know why you're trying to call me out in front of everybody.
About enjoying Conrad's content?
Shut up.
Ziphosaurus.
Zoltar, the Viking death metal caterpillar conduit of retribution.
ZZZ. Maybe Austin will read these in reverse order. Also, I can look ahead and see you got scooped, ZZZ. Good try, though.
Also, why would you read it in reverse? You've never done that.
Because I'm a dipshit who keeps fucking up spreadsheets.
Okay, ZZZ, y'all want first spot, but Lauren Kate's Galaxy Brains to get last word. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good try, Lauren Cates, but someone used I think it's like a Danish letter, which is an A and an E together, as in like ether. So Einar J is under that. And then someone else used punctuation. So
I'm only one it happen. I'm only happy when it rains, Zukas.
You want to do garbage voice?
What's garbage voice?
I'm Only Happy When It Rains is a song by Garbage, and she has that.
I don't know everything, Yorsky.
What's her name? Shirley Manson?
Shirley. Oh, I've heard of her.
Yeah, Shirley Manson. I'm only happy when it rains. I'm obviously a much more masculine sound, but it has a distinct. Anyway, they put quotations around it, so it's at the bottom of the list.
I was like, you singing it isn't gonna make me have heard it.
But it might have reminded you that you heard it on the radio in the 90s when it was popular.
No.
They also have one of the best Bond themes. I'm just going to go out there. Unpopular opinion.
You have so many opinions today.
Especially about Byleth and James Bond? That
sounds like you, honestly.
What's my personality? What's my brand?
Dumb.
Hurtful. Okay, so
No, that's
support
my
the
brand.
people on the show. We got obviously patreon.com/LauraKBuzz. That's her. You got LauraKBuzz.com, Laura K Buzz on Twitter, all the Laura K Buzz. I mean, the links are in the description. You're aware of them. Patreon.com/Weekly Manga Recap. That's Chris. Patreon.com/ofhorse. That's Conrad. Patreon.com/Austin Yorsky. That's me. That's how that list happens. And then, of course, Lauren. Not Laura, Lauren. What are you? Where are you?
I'm Rargalicious on Twitter. That is RAWRGLICIOUS Also, starting in March, I am also a regular co-host on a podcast called Humans Hollering at News. Look it up. It's fun. It's fun and nice.
Oh, I also looked it up. That Dinocorus, that one that looks like a bozog mixed with John Waters. Its name is Greek for horrible hand, which is also what my girlfriends call me.
Oh my god. But you're so proud of that one.